What are you cooking, Chief?
Well, this will be eggs with bacon. Hope that everyone is hungry. The trip yesterday, very smooth, but yeah, when we arrived at 6 a.m. it just started raining. I didn't race till now, so unfortunately there will not be any sightseeing today. But yeah, we can have a beer and play some cards.
When we arrived, we took the first available berth at Vlamse Yacht Haven Nieuwpoort, which is a very friendly place. After short sleep, we went to see the old town, which is around 20 minutes walk from the marina. We are at Nieuwpoort today, and we're looking for some nice spot where we can grab a coffee for ladies and some Belgian beer for males. It is definitely not a summer vibe here today.
The city is a combination of historical architecture and booming beach resorts. There are giant walls of new apartments along the coast. We didn't stay for long as weather and time pushed us towards another place.
We have just started another leap of our cruise. We are leaving Nieuwpoort and heading to Zeebrugge. We will stay there for a few hours, and from there we'll be going to Vlissingen. The weather is still very cloudy, a bit of rain, very light wind, something like 4 or 5 knots. Nevertheless, we try a bit on sails and engines, so a hybrid combination, and let's see how this goes further.
At the beginning, wind was very promising, 10 to 12 knots north-northeast, so we could get directly to Zeebrugge on the close halt, but it quickly changed more to east, so we ran on the engine to reach our port on a reasonable time and enjoy new place during a daylight.
Już nie wrócę na morze.
We arrived at Zeebrugge at 8 p.m. and stayed at the Royal Belgium Sailing Club. It's very industrial harbor with 30 minutes walk to the beach and city center, but actually there is not much to see. I would recommend to go south via channel directly to Bruges, where you can enjoy picturesque medieval old town that is really worth to see.
We have just arrived at Zeebrugge, and now it's time to explore the city.
We left towards Vlissingen the next day, catching eastern tide directly to the entrance. It was very calm, 3 hours passage with wind around 10 knots, so we made 5 knots over ground including tide. Traffic around Zeebrugge and Vlissingen is very intensive. There are a lot of ships, passenger ferries, tankers, fish boats and any sort of yachts passing by. Vlissingen lies exactly at the entry to the Westerschelde, where major traffic leaves or goes to Antwerpen, so you really need to pay attention to it. It's also the place where tides are getting stronger, and indeed I had to steer 35 degrees off the entrance to keep my boat on the correct approach. We stayed at the Michiel de Ruiterhaven, which is just in the heart of the city. Very charming place, but with limited number of berths, so I think it's good to contact Marina beforehand to book one. Vlissingen was a very strategic spot over the centuries. Now it is one of the most popular seaside resorts in Zeeland. Place of birth, well-known Dutch Admiral Michiel de Ruyter. You can enjoy the city any season over the year by wonderful hikes or cycling trips along the dunes. There are plenty of delicious restaurants and pubs just next to the marina. We left Vlissingen the next day, heading back to Willemstad.
What are you doing here, Captain?
The most delicious soup ever.
And that is?
Spicy shrimps.
We followed the channel to Viersemir, passing beautiful Middelburg. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to stop by and see this marvelous city, but perhaps next time we stay there for longer. I think every way back home from holidays brings some lack of energy. Our attitude and mood are way different at the beginning than when we return. The motivation and eagerness of facing new challenges is much higher than when we think about daily routines we are coming back to. We have made over 300 miles and counted 80 hours of cruising within 9 days, visiting harbors along the coast. Beside of heavy storms, we experienced all sorts of weather conditions. We didn't report any damages, just one fender got lost once we were beaten up with pretty big waves. It was also a time where we could see a stunning full moon rise on the open sea, and this is always very impressive for someone that has never seen it before. It was really great time, great exploration of new places, I think lifetime lesson for us, and of course one of the best holidays with family. think sailing brings a lot of challenges. From my experience, only 30% events you face work on your advantage, like wind direction or docking conditions. The rest you need to figure out on your own, and that's where you get your experience from. So again, more you sail, better skipper you become. More difficult issues you go through, spectrum of solutions expands, so you are stepping up, breaking your old boundaries. Like in every aspect of our life, once you cross your borders, you actually realize that things are getting easier, world is getting smaller, and fear of unknown is gone. You're ready to make another step and you're hungry for more. For me, this whole trip opened the door for another sailing adventures. I'm now ready to go further to explore those places known to me only from others' videos. The only obstacle is time and fear of losing my comfortable life once I'm out there. But once I cross this boundary, I will sail around the world at least 2 times, hopefully sooner than later.
We have just finished our trip to England along Belgium and French coast. I'm really sad that it's now over and looking forward to another trip, another adventure.
If you find watching this video brings any value to you, please subscribe and put thumbs up, as that keeps my motivation of making another shots. Thanks, and I wish you all the best.